feedback, and I'm, trying to help just things that I've heard from this board over the years. Again,
If I lived
board
over here,
members.
I would not be happy at all.
Nope.
I don't, but still wouldn't be happy.
Well, it's kind of our responsibility to represent.
I mean, I mean, we do have a problem in that it is zoned for that, but what is presented is going to be critical.
Yeah, exactly.
And there'll be a public hearing and they'll come.
So how, just give me a little background on Dollar General will own the store for eternity, basically, unless it deems it now doesn't want it. And then if they move out, then like they're saying, what do we do with that store in that configuration in that area?
Well, my personal response,
I mean,
you have a good quality masonry building that's, going to bring another business in there.
Right.
Who knows how long the Dollar General success will work. If we did,
Right.
we'd all be buying or selling stock.
But they do own it themselves. They don't lease the land like Lowe's leases the land.
No, so they set up, a local
They own it.
entity to own the property.
The $2 million is their money, not renting from the
No.
company.
So
or
once
something like
there's site plan approval, the option to purchase will go through.
that. Okay.
Farm store. So it catered to the local farmers, much as the Agway supply does over here, catered to the farmers. So that's been there forever. And this was all residential properties until Doughboys came.
Naturally address some of these architectural review issues, and then we can work on it together, and simultaneously. And also, our engineer hasn't seen this, but when you come up with Plan B and Plan C, then we'll send it to the engineer.
Who do you guys use?
Greg Scromo, Doug Scromo, engineers.
Okay.
Yeah. Well-known engineering group.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to the conversation and working with you. Obviously, we kind of had a slight of a blank slate. Now we have a little more direction.
Thank you. We had never seen this. This group had never seen it. I had never seen it at all.
Right.
Yeah, other than the aerial.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always think it's better this way than to just surprise you with a bunch of,
Well, especially 2 weeks in advance, get your drawings, get you all mustered up.
Suppose that we meet every month at this time. I'm not sure, what your timing is and what your, longer term thing is. Obviously, you're not starting construction, so you don't have those urgencies.
There's no deadline to shove it down your throat and let's get it built. I think we want to feel you guys out, take care of these higher level issues up front. At the same time, concurrently work on, conversations with utilities and things like that to make sure, we address all your concerns.
And I think if you have questions, Tim is available. Not every day, he's technically part-time.
Well, we'll generally communicate through Tim, this is what we're saying, right?
Right.
Which is great.
Forward with that, which is really going to change that whole area if some type of housing, whether it's individual houses or
But it's
apartments.
probably going to be back, because the original plan was those properties in the front would be developed like for medical office or something like that.
But that will still change my point is that.
Yep.
A little further down, but isn't there 600 of plate apartments, well not, it's just a little further down Hickson.
Yeah.
So you got heavy commercial or industrial, if you call it solar farm, I don't know what they label it, but certainly not residential look, that's for sure. But that isn't in our district, so.
No.
Yeah, and if they do put in.
No, towns are usually.
Just back to parking, we care more about like ratios, like do you want 1.5 parking spaces, like, 1.5 for one unit, 2 to, like, what is that ratio that the village would like to see in this, or are you staying consistent with your other zoning classifications? Because that really gets more into, the impervious area of, and we don't want to overpark, but we also don't want to underpark, so that, from our side, that's something we would like, specify.
Code requires one parking space per dwelling unit.
Right, I'm just saying, that's the code requirement minimum, is one per unit.
What does the developer think they need?
He mentioned 1.5.
very nicely. Yarmouth on Cape Cod. You do want to, you know, in my opinion, you do want to see light coming out of the building at night and daylight coming into the building in general. Doesn't mean those windows throughout the whole side of the building have to go down to the ground, but at least it's an elevation higher.
Entry evenings, and we keep them high.
And we have not gotten into anything significant. I went out and looked at the site, took a quick look at the plans.
So the current owner cut all the trees down here or something?
Yep.
Positive thinker there, I guess, I don't know.
Well, you think.
Because the way these projects technically work, you know, the option is based upon approval.
No, but you think